What's up, guys? Welcome to Quantum Ascend. I have VRA, Verasity, up on the screen, the one-day price chart. This thing has been wacky and frustrating. I get it. I don't own any, but you guys have a great community, so I told you I'd keep you in the loop for alt season here. So this is going back to that high in December. I do have alt season targets out for this already. Check my extra YouTube page. Today, we're just going to dive into this stuff down here. But going back to that high in December, like a lot of the market, you can see we've been respecting this trend line pretty much the entire time, right? And if you look at where we're at right now, and that's me trying to connect as many of these tops as I can. So a little bit more biased than just connecting the outer wicks, but I wanted you to see the general picture here. We're right there. We're butting up against it essentially right now, right? So a lot of this is going to depend on what the market's doing. This thing isn't going to go independently from the rest of the market. That's just not how it works. We need all the macro conditions to be met, and then this thing should go. It has such a small market cap, though, that you can have crazy days in here. I mean, this one only finished down 31%, but at one point, this candle was down 74% in one day. That's why I don't dabble in this stuff under 100 mil. I think this is literally like 10 million right now. Yeah, 11.5 million for the market cap. So when it goes, it can go, but you can definitely get whacked, and that's pretty much what's happened since that top, 89% down to the lows. So looking close to busting through that right there, right? And that is a long trend line going way back. You can see that on the way back up, made it to about the 382 before it rolled back over. So if I'm looking at this from a wave count perspective, I mean, this is a pretty weak X, but I'd be looking at this as a WXY of a 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5 is what we're waiting on, right? So this is just so drawn out for a wave 2. You could still argue that wave 2 is there. It didn't take out a low. And what we're waiting on, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But again, that's really drawn out. If this thing would have cut back here, then I would have been like, yep, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But how long it is and how low we're going certainly feels like a more complex correction. And that's kind of happening across the board in the market right now. So that's what we're looking at on the wave count for Veracity. But either way, certainly looks like we're wrapping up here in this area. And again, this is the area I want to talk about for the rest of this video. But before I do that, guys, join the Quantum Circle, entries, exit strategy, emotional and mental clarity, 2 daily macro videos, link to that in the bio. I want you to sleep better. And again, on an improved entry and exit alone, you're going to make back your membership fees. So go check that out. Link to that in my bio. All right, Veracity, shorter time frame stuff here. I'm going to get rid of that. I want to take a look at that high to this low to see if we're hovering around any or not. So after we came up here to down there, we did come back up to the 236 of that range and then still rolling over again, right? So really nothing to look at here from a fib perspective, other than you can see that there's a pretty strong resistance, right? Yeah, right. Besides just being the 236, we were stopped out there. It was temporary support there. Got rejected there, got rejected there. Once we busted through it, finally had some green, right? So want to pay attention to that level there. That's at 0.0017. All right, that's kind of our next target zone here. If we can pop through this, not like target, but next area of interest once we get past our current resistance here at 0.00125. That's still 40% away, right? But with an asset like Veracity, this candle right here, that's a 27% candle. 19%. You can get some big juice out of some of these guys. 19%. So you can get back up there in a couple days, even a day if it really gets going. But so keep that in mind. That level right there. Keep in mind this level right here. Just a lot of chop and slop in here. Should feel a little bit better once we can get out of this zone. And then you want to look up here, right? So it's level by level, guys. That's how you have to look at this stuff. You can't just generalize it, be like, oh, past this level and it's gone. It's like, no, there's so much other stuff going on, and that's just this range, right? Going back even further in time, there's a lot more to go here. So that's all right, though. We need the macro conditions to be right. It certainly looks like the macro is trying to do it right now. I cover that every day in my circle. That's the real important stuff, guys. Along with that, too, though, real-time trades, access to my portfolio, 2 macro videos a day, a Discord channel, and I teach you how to do TA just like me. If not, just super appreciative you're here. If you could follow, like, repost, I want to blast this out to as many people as I can before it's too late. So hope you guys are having a great day. Talk to you later.